Right. I think we are live. If you're watching, please come and say hi. You don't have to. We've peaked at one person so far. The perks of a growing YouTube channel. Let's type something. Mi sapevo. Well, this is good. This is really good. Transfer window is closing in 26 minutes, 25 minutes, to be honest. It's been a mental transfer window this summer. It's like something off Football Manager or FIFA. It has been ridiculous, not only for the players that have been involved. We're talking Mbappe, we're talking Ronaldo, we're talking Messi, Haaland, Kane, all these massive names. You know, tonight Griezmann from Barca, all these massive names, and the money that has been spent post-pandemic. We must absolutely acknowledge that the money that is getting spent is apparently, I can say apparently, when every single club is in financial hardship. You know, club. There's been. I know it's part of the footballing pyramid, but there's been football clubs that have struggled to survive, to stay in business, to pay employees and everything like that, and pay obviously their playing staff and whatnot. And then you sort of turn on the TV and you see Real Madrid have bid nearly 200 odd million for Kylian Mbappe, which I'm not doubting he's not worth it. Like the guy is a world class talent, and he probably is going to be like the next Ronaldo, Messi figure. I do believe that, like in football, we had the era of Messi and Ronaldo, and I think the next era is going to be Haaland and Mbappe. But yeah, it's mad. It's absolutely mad how much money is getting thrown about. It's not 100% getting spent because, like I said, PSG have not accepted that bid, so you know, they're not getting that amount. But the money's still on the table. So yeah, it's pretty incredible, really. As I broadcast to a good 0 people. It's the only problem with these late night, well, not late night, but later in the evening streams. You get a lot more people in like Saturday afternoon or Sunday afternoon or something. But it's it's the perks of like I said, having a small channel. And there's so many people streaming about deadline day as well. So I understand probably not going to be high on that list. But if someone wants to join and watch, then that would be appreciated. If you want to talk, then that would be also appreciated. But at the minute, I'm just talking to myself. So it's all good. Me, myself, and I. But yeah, it's been a pretty crazy window. Harry Kane said some stuff tonight, which we'll get into in a bit. Recently, breaking news actually. We have a comment. We have somebody. Sources TV Ghana. I'm not happy about this transfer. What transfer? What transfer are you not happy about? I do have some breaking transfer news in regards to Tottenham. Even this late at night, with 20 odd minutes before the window shuts, it is being reported that Serge Aurier and Tottenham are looking to mutually terminate the contract that he has. So, basic bit of hindsight, Spurs want to offload Serge Aurier in this window. That's not, most people would know that. He wanted to go to PSG. I don't really see how that was possible, but I think he wanted to sort of return to France or something. And literally, no one's really come in for him. There's been a couple of clubs. I think there was a rumor about him going to, is it Lille? But then it was pending on if Lille could offload another player or something like that. And then I think that was to Barca, and then Barca didn't want to buy that player. So then it kind of had a knock-on effect. And it was looking like Aurier was going to be staying at the club. And I've got to be honest, probably wouldn't be playing much. You've got an informed Japhet Tanganga. You've got Emerson Royale, who's just come in today. We'll get into that again. Matt Doherty as well. The right back position, very much like England at the Euros, is very much covered. And I personally wouldn't see how Aurier would even get any game time in the Europa Conference League or anything like that. And his form as well hasn't sort of suggested that he would be getting that either, especially like how brilliant Tanganga's been playing. So yeah, it's definitely it's something that's probably going to be beneficial for him, not financially for him or the club, because terminations and contracts never work out well for anybody. Someone's always going to lose. You saw Willian yesterday with Arsenal. He from a mutual termination, he lost out on £20.5 million. He left that on the table because he was just that desperate to terminate the contract and leave the club. And this is what happens, isn't it, with these decisions? But I think it's probably better in the long run for him, because let's be honest, it's not really worked out for him at Spurs. I think sometimes his attitude was a bit questionable. I know a couple of times during lockdowns, and I'm talking about peak lockdown, when there were rules and restrictions, he went out to break those rules and restrictions to get a haircut. And you're in that position as a football player, you lead by example. You're setting an example, and I think things like that don't put him in a good light. I know he's had some bad stuff going on when he was at PSG as well, not footballing wise, that he was involved in as well. So it's not just new to Spurs. He had that at PSG as well. And just playing wise as well. Like if you take all that stuff out of the equation, playing wise, it never filled me with confidence having Aurier at right back. I thought he was brilliant going forward. Honestly, he's got a really good cross. And his service has been brilliant at times. And I'm just so sad that it was never reciprocated with defending, of which he is a defender. It never happened. You know, he'd find himself out of position all the time, conceding silly penalties, so stupid fouls, and conceding penalties and stupid fouls as well on the edge of the area. I think is it West Ham game, I believe. That 3-3 at the lane, the new lane, should I say? I think he conceded a free kick on that left hand side when they then squared it to, I think it was Lanzini who hit that absolute thunderbolt, rocket, whatever, into the top corner. And yeah, it's just stupid little fouls that are so avoidable in his game, and it's just not worked out for him at Tottenham. And it just hasn't, and it's probably best for everyone that it is a mutual termination. I think Spurs are obviously desperate to get rid of him. He's not made any secret that he he's spoken publicly a couple of times during this window that he wants to move, and he's refused contract extensions and things like that as well. So it's probably best for everyone. I'm not having to go at him as a person, but I ain't going to miss him in the team. Like, I think there's so many better players in the club. Like I said, Japhet Tanganga is absolutely knocking it out of the park at the minute in regards to the right back position. And he doesn't even want to really be a right back. He said he'd prefer to be centre back, but he does really well at right back as well. So yeah. So, and obviously we've got Emerson Royale has joined today as well. So yeah, he has joined us. I'm just going to get a couple bits of the deal up. Because, like standard deadline day protocol, everyone has to have their phone on them. So it's like right here, so they can get every single bit of breaking news and everything like that. So Emerson Royale has joined from Barcelona. He was on loan at Real Betis last season. Not played massive amounts for Barca. He's been there for a while, but not played that much recently. And he's joined permanently. I think it was on 30 million euro deal. Gotta be honest, I don't know too much about him. I always think that if people can have their opinions on Barcelona. If you're good enough to get to Barcelona, you're a pretty good player. But he has joined, and he's a right back. So, like I said, it pretty much was like the final nail in the coffin for Serge Aurier's future at Tottenham Hotspur. And yeah, it's a promising young player. Again, it fits that role that Fabio Paratici is the pronunciation I've heard. It fits that demographic that he's going for. Young up and coming talents. You can question the business last year. I thought Spurs at the time last summer transfer window, I thought they had a good transfer window. I thought Joe Hart was never going to be the first team goalkeeper at all. Was a good experienced head to bring in. I thought Matt Doherty from Wolves, the Matt Doherty that we got from Wolves was for 15 million, I think it was a fantastic signing. Obviously, he's not at all replicated that form for us that he was playing with Wolves. But, you never know, especially under Nuno. There's time. Who knows? Who else they bring in? Pierre-Emile Højbjerg was probably one of the most underrated signings of the season. Spurs had a really good window. I can't remember everyone that they brought in, but they brought in like 7 or 8 players. And I generally thought they had a really good window. And apart from Højbjerg, really, it kind of they all kind of had a bit of a meh season. But again, you're looking at player Joe Hart, still a good goalkeeper, but very much past his prime. Matt Doherty, how old is Matt Doherty? Is he 26? I can't remember. But you're noticing a lot of Padatici's signings this season are 22, 23, 21, 20, it's definitely signings for the future and long-term sort of hopefully going forward as well. Christian Romero, Brian Hill, Emerson, Royale. I'm still trying to work out the pronunciation if it's Royale or Royal. I think it's Royal. Pierluigi Gallini as well. These guys have all got a lot of playing time still left in their career, and they're very good players as well. Christian Romero, named the best defender in Serie A last season. Best defender. And Atalanta are a really good team as well in Italy. Who else? Pierluigi Gallini, another brilliant acquisition for, hopefully, I would say, a long-term replacement for Hugo Lloris. Lloris obviously showing that he's still got it. He's brilliant keeper. But we've got to start thinking about long-term replacements. I think Gallini is a fantastic signing for that. Brian Hill is considered generally one of the best up-and-coming talents in Spanish football. I'm very happy that we've got him. And obviously today then we've got Emerson Royale. Again, a young up-and-coming right back. I've only... I don't know a lot about him. I've only seen a little bit, but he seems to, stick in on tackles, quite fast as well, which is really good. I think the worry for a lot of people is, are we going to get another Sergio Aurier? We're going to get someone who can get forward absolutely fine, out of position though. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see how he fits into Nuno's playing style, his tactics. Again, like I said, Japhet Tanganga, I feel, is performing admirably at right back at the minute. Three games, 0 conceded. Obviously, it's not going to stay like that forever. But the defence must be doing something right. Nuno's tactics must be doing something right at the minute. And like I said, I think, unless they've got a long-term idea that Tanganga's going to move back into a central role, then that could be the case of why they brought Royale in. But we will have to wait and see on that. We'll wait and see what happens. But I think it's good that Spurs have got options now. There was a lot of talk about Adama Traore coming in as well from Wolves. I really like Traore. I think, if you haven't seen him, he's absolutely built. He doesn't look like he should be playing football because of how well built he is. He is a mountain of a man. The only problem with Adama Traore, and a lot of people say this, I'm sure Wolves fans say this as well, is that there's no end product. There's no, one of his biggest struggles is crossing and scoring. And you look at his stats, and the stats wise aren't great. They don't back him up on that. But I think he's another player that will cause issues. Even if he's not scoring, he's going to be drawing people out of position, muscling people out of the way, and then I would say sort of freeing that space up for Kane or Sonny in a sort of strike partnership role potentially. So I wouldn't have been disappointed if we'd signed Traore. I would have maybe been a little bit questionable as to why, because as wingers we have Heung-Min Son, obviously straight on top, Steven Bergwijn, Lucas Moura, Brian Hill. You've got 4 wingers there. I don't think I'm forgetting anybody. I don't think I am. You've got 4 wingers. 4. I know Lucas Moura can play centrally, and Sonny can play up front at times as well, but you got 4 wingers. You bring a 5th into the... How are you going to rotate those? And you've got up-and-coming players like Brian Hill and Steven Bergwijn as well. Needs just a run of games where he gets more confidence. He is playing. He's playing well. He just needs the goal, and it just keeps evading him. But what does it say if you're going to bring another winger in? I understand, yeah, competition is healthy and things like that for places, but 5 wingers, that's a hell of a lot. That is a hell of a lot. And it's like I said, I'd be on board if Traore was to sign, but I just don't see the logic in it. And it's not, I just don't see the logic. We have breaking news. We spoke about it earlier. It's breaking news now. It's official. Serge Aurier has agreed to terminate his contract with Tottenham by mutual consent. He has left on a free. He has robbed us. We're not getting any money back off Serge Aurier. I can't remember how much we spent. Was it 16 million, 18 million, 20 million? I can't remember, but it's official. He has left. He is no longer part of the Tottenham team. You can celebrate that. I kind of am. I was never a massive fan of Serge Aurier. I thought first season was woeful. Second season under Jose improved, but still had so many problems. And then third season, is it last season? No, was this his third season? No, sorry, my mistake. First season under Poch, it was terrible. Second season when Poch got sacked, it wasn't great. And then third season, he improved. He did improve under Jose, but it wasn't a massive improvement. So in regards to that, I'm glad that this decision's been made. And this kind of tells you kind of everything, really. I think about Serge Aurier and where he feels he should be in terms of where we think he could be. So he's had interest from Real Betis, Watford, Spartak Moscow, and Genoa. Genoa was from today. But and this is what it says, he feels he should be playing at a higher level. I'm sorry, but you have to back that up with performances. And right now, with the performances that I've seen from Serge Aurier, I don't see how he would be playing at a higher level. I think, no disrespect to these clubs, but that is kind of what the sort of level that his performances are. They're good, they're professional, but mistakes are there. And they, how costly has all the mistakes been? But he still feels like he should probably be playing the Champions League, and I don't see that. Now, I have to say, and because I have absolute admiration as well, I really admire his character and his spirit. And, I don't know what else to say about it. When his brother died last season, or was it a season? I think it was the season before. His brother died. I think he was shot in France. Terrible news. And we had a game against, I think it was Newcastle or Arsenal. I can't remember which one. At the Lane. Oh no, it might have been Newcastle at St James's Park. I think it was. And he actually chose to play. And do you know what? He put in a really good performance. And I think it's even one of those that even if he played bad, whatever happened, you have to absolutely admire the man's, strength to go through that. Because how many people would do that? Just take football out of it. If you had a close, and I'm on about a close family member die, would any of us go into work the next day? It's compassion. What's it? What's the name for the compassionate leave? Nobody really would go for that because it's such a loss sort of thing. And then for him to play, I have so much respect and admiration for him for doing that. And it was quite nice to actually see another side because we'd only really seen sort of one side to Serge Aurier with that. And then before that, with just how his game was and how he was outside the club, and then obviously that happened, and we saw another side. So that was a nice sort of moment in sadness. Obviously, it was an event that none of us would have wished to happen. so that that was really nice to see and whatnot. But I think over time, obviously, I think it's just not planned out probably the way Spurs or Serge Aurier thought it would. I really had high hopes when he came in. I thought PSG, really attacking right back, and we were looking for that replacement. Do you remember we were looking for that replacement for Walker? Trippier was kind of on his way out at that point. We needed that new right back, that new fast right back, could go and do what Trippier and Walker did, which was bomb it down the left side, the right side of the pitch, absolutely bolt it down there and whip crosses in for Kane, for Sonny, for Dele, whoever. And it just never happened for Aurier. Obviously, issues off the field as well. And yeah, it's probably just, I think it's just best for everyone that he's left on a free, I guess, as a mutual termination. But yeah, he has gone now from Tottenham Hotspur. So yeah, that's an outgoing. Like I said, it's probably one that Spurs were desperate to get done. I know Ndombele's been in the news as well. But I don't think anyone's going to be coming in for him. I know Bayern were interested, but nothing's happened with that. Spurs rejected a swap deal, I believe it was. So yeah, that is it really for Spurs. 2 minutes to go to the deadline passes. That kind of looks like it's it for Spurs' business in this window. Can't see any more late twists happening. I don't think Traore will be happening at all because I think Wolves wanted above 50 million. I don't think there's any way Spurs would pay that for him. And like I said, they don't. Let's be honest, they don't need to at all. They don't need to. Let's get that breaking news in the chat. Breaking news. Oops. That was the Tottenham free as Spurs free neutral to wonder who that. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be any more news. There's 1 minute left of the window. Oh, that's it. It's 11 o'clock, actually. It's 11 o'clock. The deadline has passed. That is it. No more dealings unless people have got paperwork going through, of course. Because you can get those extensions, can't you? You can get like a 2-hour extension to get the last few bits of paperwork going through for deals to be finalised and whatnot. But that is it. The deadline has passed. We are done for the summer transfer window. What a window it has been. Mbappe, Ronaldo, Messi, Kane, Haaland, Musa Sissoko. All these massive players. No, if I'm I'll review it for Spurs first, then we'll get onto some of the general transfer dealings, comings and goings. But I think for Spurs, I think it's been a good window. I know a couple of people have been kind of giving Paratici a bit of crap about some things, but I think Spurs have had a really good window. I think Christian Romero is a brilliant signing, especially going forward as well. And I think what people need to really comprehend is that the deals that Fabio Paratici has done for Spurs not only a great signings just as signings, but the financial structure of some of the signings is amazing. He's got Christian Romero on a loan with I think it's an obligation to buy or something next year. It means that Spurs don't right now, post pandemic, don't have to pay out the 40-50 million that they were going to buy him for. They don't have to. And guess what? Spurs got these players at the prices that would suit them more than what the clubs probably wanted to get for them. So good dealings from Spurs. You know, signings as well. It's just brilliant. I think even like the Brian Hill signing, Lamela leaving the other way, and 25 million for one of the best up and coming talents in Spanish football. I think that's a brilliant signing to do. Emerson, Royale. I know they tried to swap deal with that involved Serge Aurier in that. I'm sure Serge Aurier was probably fine with going to Barcelona. I'm probably sure that Barcelona didn't want Serge Aurier. So again, the idea was there to get a bit of a sort of signing going, but obviously Spurs still wanted Royale and just then had to end up paying a lump sum instead. But yeah, I think it's been a really good window, and not only that, but the outgoings as well. I think a couple more outgoings would have been a very successful window for Spurs, but Lamela's gone, Sissoko's gone. As much as I love him, Alderweireld's gone. Aging players, no offense to these guys, they're all they've all got a good few years still left playing. They're not retiring this season, but Spurs, they want to get this this new we want up and coming young talent again. It's kind of like Poch's era. You're going to need to start bringing in younger players, and there was a lot of older players at that club that needed shifting. I still believe Harry Winks probably should have left. I don't see him getting much game time really under Nuno, apart from maybe the Conference League, maybe some cup matches, I don't know. But I think Winks probably, it would have been better for him to go. Obviously Serge Aurier has gone, so that's good as well for Spurs. What else? Ndombele. Anyone watches my channel will know I'm a massive Ndombele fan. I really rate him highly, and I'm so gutted that it just seems like the attitude is the issue. And it makes me really sad because I want him to do so well at Spurs, but we have this problem again that we've had every single summer probably since he joined, which is wanting to leave and stuff. And it's just a bit, how many more years are we going to keep going on like this? I really rate him, but can we just, I don't know. So it looked like Ndombele was going to go. I'm surprised no one has come in for him, really. I know Bayern wanted to do a swap deal, but I'm surprised there hasn't been more interest for Ndombele. But Spurs have had a good window, I think. They've got rid of a lot of the older players, brought in a lot of younger players, and a lot of good young players as well. Not just young players, really good, talented, up-and-coming young players as well, on good future, good long-term contracts for the future. And, of course, the big one, they kept Kane. That in itself is like a new signing. That is probably, to quote Fabrizio Romano, he said Tottenham won the transfer window. They held off all that interest from Man City and potential bids, and I've got my own opinions on that, but they held off and kept Kane. Any club that would keep a player like Kane, that's a win in itself. So that's huge. Sonny signed a new long-term contract as well, which is, I think, probably getting very missed quite a lot. But that's good. good. I'm on about it's good. It's fantastic. I love Sonny's probably my favourite Tottenham player. I absolutely love Sonny. He's just such a delight, and to have around the club anyway. But he's such a bloody good talent as well. So the deal, the deadline has passed. So we're talking about the extension. Don't worry, I'm not streaming till 1 a.m. I got work tomorrow. But yeah, there's an extension that allows clubs to get business done till 1 a.m. So it's that deal sheet thing that they make a massive deal out of. But yeah, it's just basically something to just get the last bits of paperwork through. I don't think Spurs will be involved in that at all. But is there any more deals going through? Antoine Griezmann could still be in line to make a move from Barcelona back to Atletico Madrid. And Chelsea looks to be signing Saul from Atletico Madrid as well. So Atletico Madrid getting involved in quite a few last-minute deals, but they look like the biggest last-minute ones. I think Solomon Rondon has made his comeback to sign for Everton. Valencia have completed the sign of Helder Costa from Leeds. Swansea have signed Michael Obafemi from Southampton. You know, we'll start seeing a load of signings coming through now. But yeah, I think as a transfer window, it's been incredible. Like I said earlier, right at the start of the stream, it's like Football Manager, FIFA. You know, it's been ridiculous, really. Yeah. It's been something. To see how much money's getting pumped around after the pandemic as well is just mental. It's so bizarre. Like, I know Real Madrid, people around Real Madrid have said they've not they've got the money to spend because they've not made any like massive signings over the last couple of years. You know, like Real Madrid used to make a massive signing every year. It'd be like a Modric, a Bale, a Ronaldo, you know, Hazard, you know, Courtois, these massive players from big clubs as well. And they've not made massive signings over the last couple of years. And that's what I've been, you know, hearing is that's the reason why they were able to spend, well, not spend, but bid so much for Mbappe. But still, to spend that much after a pandemic, and especially with the situation with La Liga, it's so tight on money at the minute. Hence, obviously, Barcelona's struggles. You know, players having to take pay cuts to allow other players to sign for the club, like Aguero. You know, 2 or 3 players have to take pay cuts to allow him to sign. That's how bad it is financially over there. Like, especially for Barcelona, Messi's fees crippled that club pretty much. Like, not just Messi's fees, but bad management of the club and stuff absolutely crippled it to the state that it is in now. And then you got Real Madrid just bidding like 200 million for Mbappe. It's absolutely insane. Cristiano Ronaldo has made his return to Man United. What a story that was. All of a sudden, no talk about Ronaldo in the first, literally up until the last week of the window being open. There was no talk of Ronaldo. And then literally there was rumours coming out that he wanted to leave Juventus. And then literally it was him coming out going, I want to leave Juventus now. And then asking not to play. And then all of a sudden he's just gone. Like, he's out of the club. He's in a private jet somewhere. And then all of a sudden, you know, Man City coming in. Man City, can you imagine if he'd gone to Man City? What an absolute, like, hurricane of news headlines that would have created of just Ronaldo at Man City. And then all of a sudden, Ronaldo to Man City collapses. Man United, he's signing for Man United. I'm not a Man U fan, obviously. But what a story it was, and for him to be returned to Man U, I'm happy that he's coming back to the Premier League. I think he's up there with one of the greatest of all time. He's up there with Messi. You know, one of the best of our era in modern day football, and for him to be coming to the Premier League, I think that's incredible for the Premier League. I think that is really something. I can't wait to see him play. I hope he doesn't play against us. I hope he doesn't score against us, of course. But what a story that is for him to be coming back to the Premier League. Erling Haaland, there were so many rumours going about him. He's staying obviously at Dortmund this season, but then next summer transfer window, it's going to kick off because he has his release clause. There's going to be so many clubs going in for 75 million for him. It's going to be insane. You got Kylian Mbappe probably moving to Real Madrid on a free transfer. That has to be like the bargain of the century, surely. Mbappe on a free transfer next summer. Incredible. That is maddening. I mean, respect to PSG for ignoring it, but they missed out on 200 million for one player. I know he's a good player, one of the best in the world, but they missed out on 200 million, and it kind of makes you think, who won that battle? Who won it? Was it Mbappe? Was it PSG? Was it Real Madrid? I don't know, but that's mad, absolutely mad numbers and news. Obviously, Harry Kane staying at Spurs, that was so up and down, up and down, up and down. Again, the longer that the transfer window went on, I kind of kept saying to myself, who's going to pay that money that Spurs want for Harry Kane? But the later it gets in the transfer window, the harder it's going to get, because Spurs would need to replace him. And with 2 weeks left of the window, it's nowhere near enough time for them to replace Kane. So we had all of that. Jack Grealish, obviously, that was a massive story as well a few weeks ago. Seems like forever ago now, doesn't it? Jack Grealish, 100 million for Jack Grealish to Man City. Release clause. Harry Kane, take note. Put a release clause in your contract next time if you want to go. Man City, take note, if you want a player that badly, maybe just bid what the club is asking for right at the start instead of giving them bids that you know they're going to turn down. Chelsea, my God, what a window for Chelsea. I know everyone's going on about Man U, but Chelsea, Romelu Lukaku, what a signing that is. That was completely out of the blue. Inter Milan considered him untouchable. All of a sudden, he's signing for Chelsea for like 98 million, wasn't it? That was incredible. They could be getting Saul from Atletico as well. That would be an incredible signing. I keep saying incredible, but that's the best word to use for all this. There's so much money, so many world-class players that are on the move. Dan James as well, moving from Manchester United to Leeds. Takahiro Tomiyasu was going to join Spurs at some point, apparently, very early on in the transfer window. Was a player that they were talking to a lot. Then the Olympics was there, so that kind of delayed it all a bit. And now he signed for Arsenal out of nowhere. So that's that's a thing. Spurs again, like I said, Christian Romero, big signing that is. I think. It's just been an insane transfer window. It's like I said, it's like Football Manager. It's like FIFA. It's just ridiculous is the word. But this is the world that we live in. So I think I'm going to end the stream there. Like I said, deadline's passed. I think Spurs have done all their business now. So last bit of news was Serge Aurier leaving Tottenham on a free, mutually agreeing to a termination of his contract. So Serge Aurier is no longer a Tottenham player. Ndombele stays. Who else? And do you know what's funny, actually? What was it, last summer? All the speculation surrounding Dele. All the speculation. He could go to PSG on loan, go to somewhere else on loan. He might leave in January. and now he's staying. And yeah, I'm so happy for Dele. You know, I'm a massive Dele fan. And I'm so glad he's knuckled down over the summer, got fit, you know, you saw the training that he was doing, really working hard. And he's been brilliant for Spurs so far this season. Been absolutely brilliant. I know we're only 3 games in, but he's just not stopped running in this new role that he's in. But he's not stopped running. Jay Waters enjoyed the stream tonight. Oh, thank you very much. That means a lot. Thank you for watching. I know there's not a massive amount of people that watch, but I really appreciate it. Thank you very much for that. Keep an eye out for any videos that I've got coming up. I might do a transfer window review video coming up in the next couple of days or something, just to break up that international break bit that we've got. Maybe I might do something like that. I don't know, but we're not playing till next weekend. Not this one coming up, the next one, because we've got Crystal Palace early Saturday afternoon kickoff. So yeah, so that is it. Like I said, no massive transfer deadline day stuff for Spurs. Emerson Royale has come in. Serge Aurier has left finally, and that's it really. I think, yeah, nothing else to really report on that one. So I want to thank anyone who chose to come and watch this. I really appreciate it. Yeah, it's been really fun. And I will see you guys in the next video. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, you know what to do. And leave me comments for my Q&A, because I've only got like 2 at the minute, so I can't really make a video based on 2 questions, because it'll be the shortest Q&A in YouTube history. Or maybe I'll do the video, because maybe it will be a first, I don't know. But yeah, so leave me some comments on that video. Go and check it out. It's on my channel. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. And as always, come on, you Spurs. I would tap the shirt, but I'm not wearing a Spurs shirt, as you can tell. But as always, come on, you Spurs. See you guys soon, and have a good evening, guys. Take care.